Yo, 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 what it is, what it is. It is Wednesday night. I got my gold teeth in again, but um, of course, as you know, this is the Titusville coaching show, and we are doing our best to make sure that we spotlight all things Titusville on the Titusville coaching show. And today is no different. We just won on last Friday. We were able to get the win against Sebastian River 47-7. I was really impressed. I was really impressed with Titusville on last Friday night, and I really was excited for Coach Diesel as this was his first game as head coach of Titusville High School. But in an effort for us to make sure that we're spotlighting all things Titusville, tonight we're going to be spotlighting our quarterback. His name is Billingsley, and he transferred to Titusville for his senior season. And listen, people, I don't know if you're paying attention, but if you are not paying attention, I need you to pay attention, because we really got us something in a quarterback in Bill Billingsley, and we're about to bring him up in a few minutes so we can talk a little bit about the game of last Friday, get to know him in a more personal way for everyone to kind of find out who he is, who's recruiting them, and things of that nature. So we're going to get to all of that in a second. Please make sure that you comment, and please make sure that you liking and sharing so that others can see it. Like I said, this is the Titusville Coaching Show, and this is episode 2. This is week 2, week 1 of the football season, and this Friday we will be playing Heritage High School. But we're going to talk a little bit about last Friday, and I'm going to invite the quarterback up so that he can tell us a little bit more about who he is.
What up, Coach?
What's up, man? This is Bill Billingsley, the starting quarterback for Titusville. How you doing, brother?
I'm good.
Man, so first off, man, I want to tell him a little bit about you. Tell him a little bit about your performance on Friday night.
Friday, I think we played a great game. Good team. Definitely didn't start out how we wanted. Started a little slow, but dude, once this offense gets clicking, we are great. We are untouchable for real.
Good, man. So let me ask you a little bit about yourself, man. So as you were preparing for Friday, what was going into your preparation process last week as you were about to go out with a new team, new atmosphere, players you have not played with before? What was your thought process as you went through that last week?
For sure. Going into the first game, not real scheduled game, but one of my big things is since I'm playing with a brand new team, I'm trying to just make sure everybody invested in me and trusted me. So when I get out there, I don't want anybody thinking, oh, he's not going to do this, he's not going to make the right read and stuff. I want my guys to know they can trust in me and I trust in them. So that's one of my big things I can fall back onto. Then that's when I really prep for the team I'm about to play. Once my team everything's comfortable and we in the right area, we dogs.
All right, man. Tell me a little bit about some personal goals you have set for yourself and for the team as a collective group this year.
Starting with the team, I seen this team success. I've seen them succeed. I've known players on this team for a while, and I just really want to take them further than where they've been. They've been to the playoffs every year since I've been watching. Right. Now I just want to see if I can help them get to that next level, get to that state playoffs, the Final Four, and succeed where this team should have been at 3 years ago.
Right. And so what are some personal goals you have for yourself? Like how many touchdowns you want to throw this year? How many yards you want to throw for? All that type of stuff.
Yeah, 100%. So coming from where I'm at, I just want to prove myself, to show myself I can really do it. I want to come out. I want to at least 2,500 yards. I think that should be easy, doable. I should at least be pushing 20 passing touchdowns, and I want to have 10 on the ground, if not more.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Last Friday, I saw you. You ran and you tried to run a couple people over. You ran a few over. There was a few
Yeah.
times you run some people over, but what was going through your thoughts at that moment? Like, why not
So
slide?
nah, so coming from where I'm at, and I've always tried to been like that playmaker because it's been really hard to have a guy like that, and I always try to be that guy. So I'm always trying to fight for that few extra yards, get that few extra yards, lay that hit. So my team know I'm not somebody that's just out there. I'm out there for them. I'm with them. I'm not pretty boy out there. And now my team's telling me I should slide more, but at the same time, I'm telling them, man, I can get that few extra yards. I can get closer. I can get on that 1 yard. Like I punch it in. Yeah. Like so, I gotta be more smart, but like I also gotta know when I want to be a dog out there.
I feel that, man. So, how do you handle the pressure of leading a team on Friday night? What's going through your mind on Friday night as you're preparing to go out on the field?
No, I mean, the starting with preparing myself for the opponent I have. It's like once I'm comfortable, I know what I'm doing. I can go out there. I can tell my team exactly what I want them to do, and they know I'm not going to put them in a bad position. They know when I say something, I'm just trying to help them and get in a better spot. So I
Right.
think them knowing that it helps a lot and helps me lead them more.
I feel that. So let's talk about your playlist on Friday night. What you got? What you got in your ears as you prepare to take the field on Friday?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not a big like hype music. I need something screaming right here to hype me up. I personally like to be more calm. I've always been a big country singer guy. So I
All right.
think I go into a playlist that I'm comfortable with, brings me to a relaxed environment and I go into that game with a like even head. That's where I like to be at. So yeah, it's like I usually go listen to country music and sometimes I get into rap, but it won't be anything crazy.
All right. And tell us about some of your guys that we don't know about from Titusville. Maybe the people don't know about them. Tell them of some underrated guys on your offense that we should be looking out for this year.
For sure. I think people don't realize how good my boy Dion really is. That's the
Yeah.
other side of my boy Dion. That man is fast. He knows how to break on the ball. He knows how to, make good plays. I think he is going to be just as good as Tank out here this year.
Yeah.
And, some of the young guys out there, like my boy Quay and my brother Brian, them two young guys, they're going to be dogs for the next 2 years, 3 years. They're going to be making noise.
Right. Right. And so, man, last question for you. I want to know Friday. It's your first game at Titusville. Are you gonna have chills? How you gonna feel as you rock out on the field on Friday and get ready for the game?
Yeah, practice, I've been feeling the hype. The guys are excited, so I've been getting excited. But also, I feel like it's normal to have nerves. I'm going to a new environment. I think a lot of people are expecting a lot from me, so I feel that kind of pressure there. But also, I feel like if you don't got that pressure, you're not going to succeed to a level you're going to want to succeed at. So I think I'm going to have the nerves, but I think I'm going to be just fine handling them.
All right. Man, I'm excited for you. I've talked you up big. I told anybody who will listen that I'm really excited about the possibilities of what you can bring to the Ville and what you'll do at the Ville this year. And man, we're going to have you on again later at a later date, of course. But thank you for coming on tonight and good luck on Friday.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. And that was my quarterback, man. That was my quarterback. All right. So I told y'all it was asked of me. It has been asked of me. Why don't you put Tank out there in the forefront a little bit more? The people want to hear from Tank. The people want to see Tank. The people have asked about Tank. And so I am here to let y'all know that Tank is on tonight. I didn't know if Tank was going to be able to come on, but Tank is on tonight. So I'm bringing Tank to the forefront right now. Please like, share, tell everybody who can listen or who will listen. Tank is on. Tank, what's up, man?
So
The people have been wanting you to come on for a long time. They almost thought I was being unfair to you not to have you on. And so I needed to get you on. So I'm glad you're on right now. What's up, man?
what's up, man? I
So
just got
what
home from
what was
practice.
going through your mind last week? I don't know if y'all heard, but Tank had 3 touchdowns last week, and he was absolutely on demon time against Sebastian River, and we got to talk about it. So what was going through your mind last week?
Uh, really, sure. People just doubting me, telling me I couldn't do this, can't do that. So I had to show them, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
What what has been going through your mind as it pertains to people doubting you, and what do you say to the naysayers that may have questions on your ability and what you can do for Titusville?
I mean, I don't really say too much to them. I just be like, okay, and keep it going.
Uh-huh. And what are some personal goals you have for yourself this year?
This year, I want to have like 7 TDs, about like 800 yards, maybe 1,000. Trying
Okay,
to break.
okay,
I might try to break the record.
okay. And which record are you trying to break?
Uh, I haven't really did like too much research on it, but I want to break like
Okay,
the county.
okay, okay. So let me ask you this: last year, lost to Galley, season didn't end the way you all thought it would. What is your personal and what is the team's motivation this year as you all go into this season?
Uh, Shoot, we gotta get that get back. Got
I
to.
like, I like that. I like that. I like that. What has Coach Diesel's message been to the team as y'all have been preparing for the season?
Stay positive. Shoot, don't be negative to each other. And yeah, be coachable.
And what's one game on the schedule that you are absolutely got circled on your personal calendar? You ready for it? What game is that for you?
You got it.
No. All right. And also, let me ask you: this is your 3rd year. You've been on varsity. You are looked at as one of the leaders of the team now. What is your message to those who may not be as experienced on varsity as you are? What are you going to be telling the young guys as they prepare for Friday?
I'm gonna tell them just push through it. You can ask me anything, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna guide you the right direction.
No? And what is your message as one of the leaders, one of the captains of the team? What is your message to the team as you all are preparing for Friday night, making sure everybody's prepared, got the same mentality, and believe they can win?
Making sure everybody got their head straight, focused, and ready to play.
Uh-uh. Have you been hearing from any colleges?
Say it again. It had cut out.
Have you been hearing from any colleges? And if
Uh,
if you haven't, what colleges would you like to hear from?
no, I haven't really been hearing from any colleges. I would love to hear from like FAMU, UF, UCF, Florida State, schools like that.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. And the last question is what on Friday night, what's in your headphones on Friday night as you get prepared to play?
You gotta go that Von off 1700 CZ.
Oh, I thought of something else. Who's the underrated guy on the team that we absolutely need to be looking out for?
It's two of them. You got Alexander Christian and Dwight Jenkins.
Okay. Okay. Shout out to Dwight. Shout out to Alex. Do you know what your final stats were on Friday night?
I think I had 5 catches for like 150 yards. I had like 3 touchdowns.
Okay. Okay. Well, like I said, I wanted to make sure that I gave you the spotlight because the people have been asking for you. They wanted to know when Tank was going to come on here because how could we do do something with Titusville and not have Tank Harvey on? So I want to thank you for coming on. Do you want to shout out anybody before you go?
I want to shout out to my brothers, my mama, and yeah, my coach Matt too, Coach Matt, all the coaches, Coach
Okay.
Latavius Murray, all them.
Okay. Okay. So thanks for coming on and good luck on Friday night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So that was Tank, man. I had to make sure that I gave Tank the spotlight because Tank, I've known Tank all his life. I'm friends with his brother, multiple of his brothers, but nevertheless, that's my boy, and I'm excited about the season for him and what he'll be doing. He's really gonna shock a lot of people. That's what's crazy. I really want y'all to know Tank really gonna ball this year. Like, please don't sleep on the Ville. If you're sleeping on anybody, don't sleep on Titusville because I want y'all to know this season is going to be crazy. I'm excited for this Friday. The Ville is playing Heritage, and Heritage. I don't know how to gauge their game last Friday, but I will say that I think that this is a big game for the Ville, and if the Ville can somehow get a win, I think it'll be major for the start of Coach Diesel's career. So I really want to see the Ville go out and win. Like I said, I don't really know how to gauge how good of a team Heritage is going to be, just because on Friday night they had a very interesting thing. They came back, but I don't know. So that's one thing. But let's also, I want to give a quick recap of the Ville's game. The Ville, they went into halftime on Friday up 13-0. And then after going up 13-0, they came out and they started off very slow, like the quarterback, Bill said. But they started off kind of slow, but they eventually had an offensive eruption in the second half. I think this week, if they can get the offense started a little bit faster, they should be in a good position as it pertains to playing with Heritage. Heritage started off slow as well and had a second half offensive eruption versus Rockledge, coming back only to lose with 2 seconds left on the clock. So that was a rather interesting game. So like I said, I expect big things from this game this week. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'll say that the Ville's going to win, and that's what I expect. Lastly, last order of business, we always give a shout out to spotlight one of the Little League Terriers every week. We want to make sure that we give a shout out and spotlight the Little League Terriers. This week, we are giving a shout out to the 10U Terriers, the entire team. I feel like the entire team deserves a shout out tonight. The 10U Terriers, put 10U in the comments, Little Terriers. The reason why I want to give them a shout out is because I felt like they really played well. They really played well. And so I want to make sure I spotlight the 10U Terriers. We'll be getting a gift out to you, courtesy of PRMD and the Titusville Coaching Show. And we'll be getting that to you. We got Coach Diesel on now, and he's about to come up, and we're going to talk a little ball real quick. What's up, man?
What's up? I didn't know I had to hit you didn't hit me on my fault.
It's all right, man.
I'm not real good with the technology.
We here, though. We here.
Good.
Nevertheless, what was I about to say, man? So Friday, you had Friday's your first game.
Yep.
You played your first game. You got the nerves out.
Yeah.
What was the most exciting part about Friday night?
Yeah, a couple of things. I think first thing, the most exciting thing was heading up the Terriers. That's one of those goals. That in my family and in my house, that's a big deal. And
Right.
To be the guy for Titusville is an honor. On the football side of things, I was pleased to see us, start to turn the corner. We have a couple guys up front on the offensive line that didn't play very much last year due to an injury and what have you. So this was their first meaningful snaps back, and they definitely had some rust that they had to knock off, going full game speed. And, see those guys, get better each time they took the field. Every series was good. I was pleased with how our defense played. We're flying around, doing what we needed to do on the defense. Look good up front, good on the back, but it's a kickoff classic, and, we've got a long way to go. And, we learned some valuable lessons.
If you were to give the team a grade for Friday night, what would the grade be as the overall grade?
That's a good question. I would say I don't want to be too critical, but I mean, as a whole, because we started out, not great, and we kind of got a little better. I would say, I think on a report card, a C is satisfactory. I think I would give us a C plus, B minus on what we're capable of.
Right.
I'm not hating at all. It's just one of those things. I know we're capable of much better than what we put out there Friday night. And we had some things go really well, and we made some really good plays, but then we made some really bad plays too.
Right. And so, who are some players that you were most excited about and think played well overall on Friday night?
Yeah. Obviously, Tank played well. Harvey played well. He had a couple touchdowns, couple big runs. Yeah. Tank was doing Tank things, and he played real well. I was excited. Not that I had any disbelief, but it's really nice to see on the other side, Dion made a couple nice plays, and he caught some stuff in traffic and picked up some really nice yards after the catch. Alex in the slot out there, Christian.
Shout out to Alex Christian.
Yeah, Alex, he had a remarkable catch, down the seam. Yeah. And his ball was slightly overthrown, and he made an unbelievable grab on that.
Yeah,
and that kind of gave us some spark that really got things going. Right. And, Kamari played well coming out of the backfield and running in the backfield. And, we learned, but all those guys that I just mentioned, they all also still had clips in film when we're watching film that need improvement. And we worked on that, this week in practice. We've had a great week of practice. And I'm excited to see those guys get back on the field defensively. You got to think up front, all of them up front. Nate, they all played well. Nate, Lorenzo, Bill, Bookhart, they did a great job getting off up front pretty much all night. And, the linebacking core did a good job. We didn't give up any deep balls, and I wanted to make sure I told the defense after the game, they pitched a shutout, and that's not an easy thing to do, to play 4 quarters of football and hold a team out of the end zone the entire time. They did they played really, really well on the defensive side.
You all started a little slow on Friday night. Yep. What was the message at halftime that kind of changed and made things kind of accelerate? It seems like in the second half.
So I think some of that is, especially on the offensive side, all things go through the quarterback, right? And our quarterback did a really good job in the second half of settling down, making his reads, executing the offense as it's designed. Where in the first half there was a couple times where we're excited, adrenaline. I think first time out with us, wearing blue for his first time wearing blue and gold. I think it was one of those things that once he settled down, everybody around him settled down, and we just started executing a little better. That's all.
All right, understandable. And as we look ahead to Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, you're at home this Friday. It's your first game at Titusville. Are you playing Heritage? What are you most looking forward to this Friday?
Truthfully, I'm excited about being in the stadium on a Friday night. I'm excited about being in the environment. I'm excited to hear the band. I'm excited about, the whole experience. I really am. When you get out there and you got the music going pregame and, all that stuff that goes with Friday night football, all the little things that make it special. I'm really excited to be back home and feel that environment and that atmosphere. Football wise, I'm excited to watch us get back out and worry about us and, compete, do your job. Don't look down the road, the next quarter, the next drive, play right now, play the play in front of you and play it the best you can play. And if we can do that, I hope we have some success, because that's what we've been preaching all week. Don't get caught up into any of the mess that you might hear, see. None. There's no preseason ranking. There's no, nobody's opinion, win or lose. Right. None of that has ever determined the outcome of a football game. So if we can continue to focus on ourselves and worry about it, every play as it's coming along, play that play. Don't worry about the last one or the next one. Play the play you're currently playing.
Right. That's right. So let's talk a little bit about your opponent on Friday night. They had a big comeback. They fell short, but they did come back. It was
that was a good high school game to watch.
Yeah, I saw a good quality football. So what are some things that kind of stuck out to you this week as you did your film study of Heritage?
Heritage, start on their defense. Coach Ainsley down there does a really good job. He's known for his 3-3 stack, and he's a sound guy. He's a veteran coach. He's a good coach. Those kids play real sound, disciplined football. The back end, it's hard to find them out of position. They do a lot of things, really well. They're a well-coached team defensively. Offensively, they present some issues. They've got good athletes. The number 8 kid is ringing a bell. 25. On the offensive side in particular, they got some good athletes, and it's Florida high school football. You're going to have some athletes, and you got to deal with it. Their trenches are pretty good. I feel their defensive front. They play with a base 3 down, and they'll blitz and stuff like that. Right. But their 3 hands in the dirt are pretty good, and that 55 for them. He's a good player. I believe he was a former Rockledge kid, is what my team was saying.
Yeah, I think that might be Amir Parker.
It is Amir. That's the kids. The team was telling me about that. Yeah. But he's got a great motor. I believe he's got a couple offers from like West Virginia and a couple others. But no, I can see why he's earned that. He's earned that offer. His film is good. He's a good player.
Right.
So they've got they've got good scheme. They've got some good athletes. They've got some good trenches. I mean, that's a good football team over there. Yeah.
So what has been the overall message to the team this week? Sometimes people feel like teams can get high on their own supply of sort. You scored 47 points last week. How do you reel the team in and tell them that doesn't matter? We got to focus on this Friday.
Yeah, kind of like we talked about preseason rankings. You can't bring any points with you. Right. Any of the points you scored last week, or you gave up. None of that matters this week. We are. And it sounds like coach talk. We got to go 1-0. Clean slate. 1-0 this week. All the good coach speak. But in the end, that's the reality of it.
Right.
You can't look down the road at week 7, 10, 12, whatever it may be. You got to worry about this week. And we've had a good week of film study. We've had a good week of practice. I expect us to go out and compete. And if we can execute, I expect us to play really well.
So, I know it'll be a good one on Friday night.
Yeah. No, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I know that the players are equally excited because this one actually matters. Last week was cool. It was a good test to see where we are, excuse me, and what we could possibly be. But this week was really the real deal. It's everything.
This counts. It's
everything counts, and nobody can lead the week undefeated. Well, everybody can't lead the week undefeated. Some people can, but everybody cannot. And so that's what matters. But if you had to give out player of the game, who would you give out player of the game to?
You could definitely argue a couple. I think on the defensive side, I think DJ Jenkins ended up playing a really good game. Yeah. Bill played a really good game. Tank. Yeah, it would be high. I'd have to look at some stats, but you got to argue Tank. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns. He had, quite a few yards. Did some good stuff out there. Yards after catch, made some stuff happen. Yeah. I guess I would go with Tank because
some people said to me, it looks like Coach Diesel is trying to use Tank how Coco used Boggs last year. And I could see it.
I could see some similarities. I mean, Tank's. I think he's a pretty special kid. I mean, but we're blessed. Yeah. We got a couple special kids on the offense. We got some length. We got some shorter guys that got great wheels and are tough as nails. Tank's a pretty good player. But I really look forward to seeing how his season progresses. Listen. Boggs is Boggs. You can't put nobody in the category of Boggs. Right. I watched that kid in the Final Four go for 374 yards of receiving. Right. And we needed every one of them to beat Cardinal Mooney. The Boggs is Boggs. Boggs is going to play significant minutes or snaps this year. Is what I'm seeing and hearing. I'm not going to get into all the greats and who's the best and blah, blah, blah. The greatest of all. He was the first Mr. Florida in Brevard County history. That's a big accomplishment. Yeah. No, but yeah, I would say scheme wise, we certainly want to get Tank as it touches because Tank is a special athlete. When he gets the ball in his hands, he can make some stuff happen. And kind of like Boggs, you get the ball in the hands. And, what made Javen so dangerous was his route running was exceptional. He had unbelievable strength and width and size. High school kids had a hard time tackling him. And his hand strength. I mean, the kid could grab the ball anywhere. And, Tank at times has some plays that make you think, man, that was, kind of like what I'd seen Boggs do the last three years, But, yeah, Boggs is in a league of his own by himself.
Definitely. Shout out to Boggs. He's about to have a big year at Florida State.
Until somebody waves the banner of Mr. Florida, he can stay by himself.
Right. So last thing, and we'll get out of here. It's 6:55 on Friday night.
Yeah.
This Friday night. And first game, getting ready to go out on the field. What is going to be the message from you to the team on Friday night?
So many times coaches get so caught up in trying to, this is the biggest game of your life. I want the kids to go out and play, be relaxed, have fun, play hard. I think you get a better performance, when a player is loose, relaxed, in an environment that they're having fun, I believe your performance is better. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a time for tight and serious. but you can't tell a kid you can't win the Super Bowl every Friday night. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. We're going to be very serious, but we're also going to have an approach that, that I want the kids to be relaxed. I want them to go out and not play tight, not try to force things. I want them to be players. Don't be a robot. Be a player. Go out and have fun and execute.
You got a comment, Tommy Mack. I know you.
Okay, there's my guy. Tommy Mack was a guy.
Yeah, yep. Shout out to Tommy Mack, Titusville legend.
Tommy Mack was a heck of a player at Titusville, and had a great career up at Jacksonville University. Yeah, Tommy Mack, great player. He run that bend route as good as I've ever seen anybody run it. Yeah.
Well, man, that's all we got. I gave our weekly spotlight to the Team U Terriers. This week, I feel like they had a real big game. Isn't your nephew on the Team U Terriers?
He is. I was at the. I missed you if you got. I was at the Little League field from the 10U all the way through the rest of the day, and it was a hot one. I was posted up out there with Gerard, brother, under my umbrella, and OC. And, Gerard, OC. We had a few guys come and go as the day went on. It was great to see everybody. Loved being out back in Titusville and seeing all my familiar faces, and eating out of the frozen ice truck. And I had to go home with some of the Japanese steakhouse with the food truck. What's the guy's name?
Okay.
I can't think of what it's called, but they got the steak and rice and all that.
Yeah. OMG Hibachi. That's
him.
Yeah,
great. Mr. Jenkins, ain't it?
Yeah, Mr. Jenkins.
Mr. Jenkins, yeah. Mr. OMG Hibachi. Yeah, I had to take some of that home right there in Titusville. Well, I'll tell you, the 10U, recap that game a little bit. That ended up being a defensive battle. Yeah. They played tough on both sides of the ball, and it had to be about 110 out there when they were playing. And I'll tell you what, man, they grounded it out and just kept pushing, and they ended up getting it done. I was proud of them. Yeah,
that was a big win for them. That was a really big win for them, especially because a lot of people didn't expect them to win that game, but I was rooting for them.
Yeah,
so shout out to the team.
What was it? The Chargers, the Melbourne Chargers.
Yeah,
Am I right?
Yeah, Chargers. And that Melbourne Chargers are really good.
They are. They had some good players. They sure did. They did a good job. And that little running back that's running on that 10U team, watch out for him in about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, he's going to be something special.
He is. He's nice. Well, good stuff. Yeah, man, it was a great weekend over with the youth league and the little Terriers. I was glad to get out there, and I know we're going to work on to come. We're going to work on hosting a couple of their games at our place in the upcoming weeks. So I'm excited about that. I'll be out there for sure. Yeah. And I love the little Terriers.
I think that'll be great. Well, Coach, good luck on Friday night. I'll be in the place, making sure that I'm rooting y'all on.
Good.
First game, and we got to be there. Everybody got to be there. It's going to be big. Y'all make sure y'all come out on Friday night.
Yep. Need all the support we can get. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a good one, Coach.
Thanks, you too. See you Friday.
Yes, sir. So that was my head ball, Coach, man. And that's all we got tonight. We had quarterback Bill Billingsley, had Coach Matt Diesel, and Mr. Do-It-All, Do Everything, Tank Harvey was on the show tonight. Please, please, please make sure that y'all go like, subscribe, all things PRMD Media, as we make sure that we continue to provide you all of the information about all things Brevard sports. So please make sure you keep up with us. And like I said, you always root for Titusville. The Ville is where it's at. Y'all have a good evening.